Is this thing on? Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Cynthia and I am a licensed clinical social worker in the state of Maryland. If you're interested in becoming a social worker, this is the channel for you because I literally break things down. I talk to you about the fundamentals. If you are a social worker in the state of Maryland and you are looking for a supervisor, I am your person. I am here. I am a licensed supervisor in the state of Maryland and I can provide supervision for you. And if you're none of those and you're just like a company or an organization and you're looking for someone to come in and speak to your staff about staff development and how to retain employees, let's be real, and other things to really help with staff morale, then I'm also your person as well. I'm going to leave everything you need to know down below. Now that we've got all that out the way, can we talk about building rapport? I got to be honest with you, y'all. Like, I just feel like I did not go to grad school to come to therapy with my clients and play Uno. I'll be very honest with you. And sometimes I feel unproductive when I am doing things that don't seem clinical in nature. This person was like, yeah, like I just can't seem to break through with this client. Like all we're doing is playing games. It doesn't really feel like we're addressing things on the treatment plan. And I said, you are not the only one. I feel the same exact way. Sometimes as someone who is very results oriented and I want to know that if I'm doing this, I'm expecting this result. And if there's no way for me to quantify, or if there's no way for me to be able to say, this is the result from what we did, it's going to be very hard for me to do it. I'll be very honest with you, okay? My client had a lot of things going on, a lot of trauma. And I remember most of our sessions was playing games, y'all. And I'm like, listen, I'm not saying I'm too good for this, but sometimes you can just feel like things are not getting done. But you just don't know. It literally could be the one session where you decide, you know what, let me leave everything clinical outside of the door and let's just play Jenga, or let's play coolmathgames.com or whatever that's out there. And then it'll be that session that the client is like, and Miss Cynthia, and guess what happened? And my dad did this, and when I was 2, my mom did. And it's like, whoa, like you're opening up to this? Like I spent all of these months putting up a treatment plan, developing a person-centered treatment goal, and doing CBT, DBT, trauma-informed, all the things, and breathing, and it's like, you decide to open up now? Like what? Why now? We have been doing real work, or I have been trying to do real work with you over the last several months, and then we're playing checkers, and then you start to open up. Like, I don't get it. Anyway, I just thought that this was something that would be a really great topic of discussion. I really want to hear you all's feedback down below. Do you think that building rapport for several months at a time, and when I say building rapport, I literally mean like getting to know the client, doing games, setting ground rules, doing all those things, do you think that it's effective doing it for several months at a time? Or do you feel like, nope, like we got the first session to get to know each other, after that we're getting into the actual real work? Because like I said, I feel like sometimes it can be a waste of my time, especially because I'm very results oriented. I want to see the data. I want to see the progress. I want to get straight to it. But then you have to always start where the client is. As we learn in school, as social workers, you start where the client is. There are going to be times where you might not see results right away. You might not see results within the first 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, or 10 sessions. You have to be, how committed are you to the progress of this client? How committed are you to their success, right? Or are you just data? And listen, I get it, because you know, when you work for an OMHC, an outpatient mental health clinic, a lot of them are funded by these whether it's on a federal level or a state level, but they're funded by these places who are expecting you to utilize evidence-based practices and actually track it and use data to be able to say, okay, we have a return on our investment. This is how the funding that you're giving me is helping this client to succeed. And so they want to know, they want you to do measurements. They want you to do reassessments and reevaluations to see, is this client actually making progress? So I get it. There's pressure on certain providers to actually have to, like, I don't want to say push their client, but really compel them to continue to move forward and kind of move out of that rapport building stage. Because how you can't tell an agency that's funding your company for the past 6 months, well, we really haven't addressed any of the treatment goals because we've been building rapport. I mean, in a way, therapeutically, it's like, that could make sense for the betterment of the client. But when it comes down to the person who is funding your business or funding your company, they're not going to understand that. They want to know, how has this client increased their mood? You said that they were diagnosed with depression. How has this client over the last few months increased his or her mood, right? How have they become more interested in things they once were no longer interested in? Or how have they changed their appetite and really started to be more motivated? What have you done in terms of behavioral activation? Like, they want to know data. They want to see data. They don't want to hear all that other stuff. And so I think that's just one of the things of our work, very nuances of our line of work, is that it doesn't always allow room for clients to, how do I put this into words? It doesn't always allow room for clients to build rapport and just naturally kind of progress in treatment. I think that sometimes when you are under pressure because you have a grant and you have these people who are expecting you to provide and push out and pump out data, but that doesn't always compute on the natural level. Kind of realistically, if we're speaking practically, doesn't always compute on that level, because some people just are not producing data as quick as you want to. And so you're in this maintenance stage for a really long time. And sometimes being in the maintenance stage, and I'm thinking of motivational interviewing, right? You're in this maintenance stage, you're just like there, you're stuck there. And it's like, okay, well, what are we doing? How are we progressing? Are we not? If we're not progressing, then we're probably regressing, right? Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Stay tuned.